amazing showing. But we got to tune ourselves in back for this action right here at home for Smash 4. And it looks like Mars is stepping up to the plate. That means he's going to be fighting komorikiri for a spot in top 8.
I always love these zoom in on these intros and you watch them walk up. You get an entire feeling for how they're feeling walking into this. And Mars, he has a little bit of a, I don't really care what's going on here. I'm just going to play my game, man. Don't worry about me. He looks like he's ready to play. I roomed with him. He was having a good time last night. Went to sleep early to make sure that he got the adequate amount of hours before he hopped into bracket.
Man needs his bedtime because, the pressure's on. At this level of play now, in our own backyard, this is where it really matters. Como stepping up now, and this is going to be a fairly interesting match just because we know Mars is ready to bring that zero suit action. But Como's been playing a lot of his secondary characters at this event. We've seen his core in a lot. We've seen his Sonic come back into the fray a lot more often than we've seen at other events.
Yeah, I don't know if it's losing some confidence with the Cloud or what. I mean, I heard a Bayonetta, but that must have been a troll, right? We'll find out in just a second.
I'm hoping. But you never know with these kind of players. They practice.
They practice everything.
Yeah.
And a lot of the players in Smash 4 are just super multifaceted, right? They know how to play a variety of characters. I feel like, especially with Smash 4 players in particular, they seem to be the most capable of playing an array of characters, not just one super efficiently. But Mars, on the other hand, Mars likes to keep it to that singular zero suit. Samus does have a Falcon, but he doesn't really whip that out in bracket ever too often, unless like pools or something.
Well, I mean, we're looking at the screen right now, and Zero Suit looking a little different from the last time I saw her. A little bit different of a character. Now it's looking a lot different.
Yeah. We holding it down. Well, those lines, those colors, we representing out here.
It really be like that sometimes.
There we go. That's the sounds I like to hear. That music.
There's that Smash sound.
That's those Smash sounds.
Insert laugh track here.
It's all, everything. They're breaking it down. What?
It really do be like that in your own backyard sometimes.
There you go.
It seems like
the capture card is being a little wonky, but it does look like it's kind of stable right now. So we're going to see Martha 10 Falcon punches in the meantime. Make sure that he has his dominant arm ready to punch a dude in the face.
I'm not sure if you've seen it online, but someone put a picture back-to-back of the Smash 4 Falcon Punch special effect and the one for Ultimate.
The Ultimate one
My
is
heart,
crisp.
man. I'm loving the aesthetic that they're running for this. It's just as I loved the advancement from Brawl to Smash 4 and how it starts to look like it's bringing back to its roots for Smash 64. I feel like it's much more the same for Ultimate. It's got a lot more of that cartoony aesthetic to it. And the game looks so crisp like that.
Virum put out a tweet maybe a few days ago about how the visual effects of the game can really make or break or sell a game. And when you have something like Dragon Ball FighterZ or Marvel vs. Capcom 3, very stylized, very strong aesthetic to it, it really helps sell the feeling of the game. And Smash Ultimate is looking to be one of those games that are super beautiful, but we're going to have to wait a little bit longer before we have it in our hands. Until now, this will have to settle.
All right, and it looks like the Captain Falcon's the legitimate pick from Mars. He's looking to swing here against komorikiri, but it's time to see if it matters, because a little bit of early percentage, that Falcon's able to take one of these situations, so build it up. Falcon's infamous here at home, so let's see if Como can defend us against Falcon's might.
Yeah, we're seeing already Como showing us the situations where Falcon can struggle in. The chain up airs, of course, from Cloud, going to be a disaster for Mars to have to deal with, but that Nair sends him in reverse?
What was that hitbox? That was gross.
Yeah, that was super sad for Mars, but very fortunate for Como. And now he has the limit on deck as well, so.
With the percentage building in this set being incredibly quick, I feel like it's going to be sort of a non-factor the way that both of these characters, and especially both of these players, put out their combos, the way they take advantage of their opponents. It's going to be fast. It's going to be fleeting. This is going to be a high-energy battle and a quick pivot grab to the back throw, but it's not going to kill just yet.
That pivot grab was tricky. And one of the most important things, he really went for that wrap boost the second time, Como with the perfect shield. But we need to watch how Mars is going to recover, because I was going to say, Cloud can just rinse, repeat Nair on Falcon and Edgeguard. So it's really up to Mars to try and mix him up. But Como right now not having any of it.
Back air from center stage. It shouldn't be threatening stock. However, it's definitely going to force the exhaust of the limit. And just the edge of the climb hazard going to be enough for Como to come up safely. Even assert a little bit of pressure, but getting kicked around now. Whoa.
The Buster Blade doing wonders for komorikiri right now. He continues to push forward onto Mars. Mars fishing for that kill, maybe a 4th row here. Still not enough. Maybe need to be a little bit closer to the edge, maybe a little more percent. But Como just running away with this. Gonna look for maybe a little more of a juggle. Has Mars off stage, going for the nair as I was talking about earlier. And that's a dunk.
Put that Falcon back in the pocket.
Return where you came from. Oscar the Grouch put the lid on him in the trash can and said, go to sleep.
You know what, F-Zero, when you like crash the car completely
Right.
and explode in magnificent fashion? Retired. Dunzo. Now, my question is, are we seeing the run back? Is that Falcon coming back? Is he back on the track? It looks like it as far as the character select screen goes, and Final Destination is the pick. With stage advantage now, I'm curious to see how this is going to impact the set.
Yeah, gonna go ahead and stick it out with the Captain Falcon. Gets clipped by the very last lingering hitbox of that dare from Como. Oh my goodness, went for everything and all the glory.
This man's an animal. He's really, feeling that energy that's in the air, looking to put that right into his play.
And we've seen from Mars in the first set, or the first match, that he isn't having too much of a struggle in the neutral game in terms of getting these conversions to rack up the damage. But when it comes to closing out the stock, that's where he struggled most.
I love the far recovery on that. So well spaced from Mars. He's going to get his feet back on the ground, but not for too long. Como with limit, trying to just rack up all that damage, all of that pressure. But it means nothing if you can't tech the ledge.
So hold this real quick. Hold it real deep in your chest as I take you all the way down to the blast zone. And now Mars builds a stock lead for himself, going to try to rack up the damage some more. You know some down throws are coming in the near future, some dash attacks into some up airs as well. Mars is starting to feel himself.
Man, this stock started and ended back at the ledge, back at it again. The fight going to center stage, it brings things immediately into Mars's favor. He's starting to take advantage of how much speed and raw power Falcon brings to the table, but Como responds in fashion with the down smash. He's got to take these more reckless aggressions because he knows that if he gets one little opportunity to Mars, the opportunity for Mars to build up this damage extremely quickly are going to be fast and frequent.
Oh my goodness, he doesn't have a jump. Manages to Falcon dive right over that hitbox. Oh!
Feel the people's need.
Justice.
Oh. Amazing forward air from Mars. However, the situation turned.
You just call it a forward air. I don't know if I can talk to you anymore.
Yo, listen, that's how you input the move. That's how it be. And that's a down air with a solid tech from Como, but it's not going to be enough. Mars is still on the hunt for this. That down to could have spelled curtains.
Oh my goodness, the Falcon kick
he
from
really
up above.
just did it.
And Como's going to have limit and a little bit of a charge. There it is, charges it, gets the climb hazard, takes Mars way to the top, needs to find a way back down, does so, and he's going to roll away. He is scared.
Both of these players are just so deep into it now. Look at these percentages. One situation and all of a sudden things are incredibly dire.
Oh my goodness, actually
killing from out deep.
Way!
And now the crowd is feeling the action with the score 1-1.
He really just hugged him off. Let's get this replay right here. He's going to throw him off. He was actually hoping Como would go low so he could get him with a back air, but recognizing that he didn't, he responds to the air dodge with a Falcon dive and kills him off the top with the most heavy of bear hugs.
Like, how do you prepare for an interaction that simply brawlic? Like, Mars is just in there and ready. And with a change of scenery, I feel like this at this point can go either way. Mars has made a believer out of me for this Captain Falcon.
Yeah, especially with the way that first set started. Did get a little bit of a cheeky stock with the missed tech from Como off the first up B that he got, but now he is running with this charisma. Mars ready to go full throttle at komorikiri.
They're hitting the gas with all they've got at this point. Look how fast these percentages have racked up. Barely 30 seconds into the match, and we're already looking at kill percentages across the board, trying to match with a knee, but it's not going to be really much of anything. It's not that great of a spacing tool. But now with Mars having his feet back on the ground, once again threatening the situation, and Como so consistently returning to the ledge, getting his own boots back on the ground, and constantly resetting these situations.
And Mars, there we go. As long as he... Oh, the full Falcon elbow! Right to his chest!
Falcon is evil. This character should not be... What was that?
Sometimes you just gotta believe. Go for the full charge, goes for the dash attack, not gonna kill. Falcon once again eats his veggies, gonna survive, but still trying to make it back. The beautiful blade from Como, gonna reset the scenario. Now he has limit. Gonna look for maybe that cross slash. No, the forward tilt will be enough. Como answering back with the greatest of ease.
This has been a phenomenal match so far. The way that both of these players have been trading back and forth on how they can kick it up. And Como really trying to style on the man. Excellent conversions, but not really able to do anything as far as connecting it. And now Mars sitting pretty heavy on the percentage end of things, but we've already seen that Mars can really make the most of the situation, diving deep for the back out. Woo!
Looking super hard for that read with the stomp right there. Is unable to find it, and we've seen Mars play pretty much the entirety of this game off the edge, somehow making his way back to center every single time and finding openings on Como, but Como now on the receiving end of that punishment. Can Mars get this ledge trap right here?
Opting to go super high off of that and going in for the Raptor boost. It's not going to kill just yet, but look at this. Percentages are climbing even faster, and each one of these hits has so much impact from both of these players. Back at it again at the ledge, but just going immediately for the up B.
He has no chill, goes
Give
for
him
the
another
Raptor
one,
boost.
Mars. The score sitting at the 2-1 now. And this is looking at game point for Mars.
Look at this.
How does he get away with
double
it?
jump up B's. He has zero chill. None of it.
How is Falcon able to get away with such brash actions? How is Komorikiri not able to respond to these? He's going to move the action to Town and City, and I feel like this is a double-edged sword for him. There's a lot more room for Como to pressure. There's a lot more room for him to continue his combo strings and potentially get earlier kills because of the blast zones of the stage being different. This is slightly closer in. The platforms bring us closer to the ceiling. But these are all factors that Mars can take advantage of as well. All of a sudden, off air is going to be a potent kill tool for Mars at these higher percentages.
Yeah, if he can ever make it back down to the ground, once again, as I've been saying, he's been playing this entire game off stage, doesn't have a jump now, gonna go ahead and go for the Falcon dive, but an easy response from Komorikiri, going for the limit cross slash, recognizing that there was no way Mars could mix him up.
Mars not having that big of an impact into the beginning of this game 4, and I feel like Como is responding so well to the amount of pressure that Mars has been able to build up on him. He is not letting the momentum of the set get to him at all. This is stone-cold resolve from Como. I hope to see this continue further.
Oh, he was looking for the air dodge there, recognizing, oh my goodness, I was ready with that Falcon tick. But he recognized that had Como air dodge in that scenario, would have given him the kill that he needed. He's looking, he's fishing at somehow the very tip of the hitbox.
I mean, hey, listen, man, that's a long sword.
It's true.
It's got some reach to it.
Yeah,
We're talking about how fast it is, but...
Was able to beat Sephiroth, and that guy's sword is like the length of like 10 screens.
But, hey,
that game was kind of a wash.
It's hard enough too. Yeah, that was Como responding hard. He has no time for this Falcon nonsense. And now it's bringing us into a game 5.
Yeah, and Mars probably going to stick with the Falcon the entire way. He's going to think about it for a second. Looks like he's going to confirm it. And we saw in that last match, he got strung by up airs after up air after up air. You were getting to a point where it was like Music King doing an up throw, like throw on spaces, right? You're ready to say, hey, another up air. But hopefully this time around, we're going to take it to FD. This means we're not going to have those platforms for Mars to run away to or that up air kill confirm we were talking about before, but it does offer a lot more in terms of the neutral on the ground.
You bring up a really good point. However, throughout the entirety of this set, we've seen a very consistent game plan from Como. Bring it to the ledge. Get the damage, get the pressure, get that ball off stage. We know that Falcon's a threat so long as if he could land and reset how he's going to approach a combo. And komorikiri has been very cognizant of that and has constantly been trying to just reset, back it up, try and keep it safe, or else this happens. All of a sudden, Cloud is bleeding so early on in the stock.
Oh my goodness, almost gets that stomp, but now the roles have been reversed. Luckily, Mars able to get back down, but gets caught. These Nair planes taking him off the stage.
And the down air, Mars trying to respond how earlier he had died to limit cross slash, opt for a different style of recovery, and Como, well and aware of that, reads the low recovery and responding amazingly. However, Mars in control now. Let's see if he can tie things up before it gets any worse for him.
Yeah, he's trying to dash in, trying to find an opening. Needs to space his way around these aerials. And there he goes, finds one up air, looking for an air dodge. Como's not giving him any air dodges anymore.
I love the patience from Como right now. He's not giving an inch to anything because he knows that one foul sweep and all of a sudden Mars can make this stock simply explode. He's going to get the grab and the forward throw, which is going to allow Mars to control the ledge. However, is that back throw going to be enough?
Still not quite. He's looking deep, trying to get Como on the recovery. Going to push him off stage once again. No, Como manages to squeeze his way through, and a cross slash, the normal version, is actually going to get him this juggle scenario on Mars.
Yeah, I figured komorikiri was going to be sitting there and shielding. He's been doing that a lot in Game 5 because he knows to be prepared.
Oh, that foot's doing almost enough to kill Mars. But now Mars has him off stage once again. Gets the back air, and we have ourselves a match, Hangman.
Now, this is where the climax really turns. These are the final corners of this race. Sitting at 92%, we know that in one wrong move, Mars is done for. Como can just turn up the heat. He could bring on the percentages so that any aerial interaction could be it. However, this is enough rage for Mars to really turn it up.
He is looking already racked up a good amount of percent right here, but we do have limit on Como. He needs to force him off stage to burn it, or else any moment he can let it rip.
And now from the opposite side of the stage, it's going to be just enough. And just like that, the set falling in favor of Ujichi komorikiri. An amazingly fought fight from Mars and a fantastic showing against Captain Falcon, but it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, he was so close, just inches away of bringing it back right there. We did see him getting some juggle started, trying to convert as hard as he could, but unfortunately for him, Como did all the hard work with his first stock. He got the percentage that he needed, and by the time he was on the last one, he said, all right, I just need to get this limit and throw out this kill move, and if it doesn't hit, whatever, I'll have a few more chances at the very least to make sure that I can close this out.
Absolutely. I feel like there was a lot of adaptations that komorikiri had made in that set where he was recognizing how the situations were turning into Mars's favor, how all of a sudden these seemingly brash, aggressive options